Hello students, welcome back to Infinite there. I hope all of you are fine and we are meeting after 2 to 3 days. I hope you all of you are fine. So today in this particular video we shall be continuing the solutions of our exercise 10.3 which was based on cost price and that is profit and loss. Okay. So profit and loss was what? Profit means when we sell as something, that is when uh, SP is greater than CP. SP is selling price and CP is cost price, isn't it? And loss will be when SP is that is CP is greater than SP. That is when if a shopkeeper buys a pen, for example, if a shopkeeper buys this pen for rupees 10, and if he sells it with that is if the shopkeeper buys a pen with rupees 10, that is this is the cost price. Okay, and if he sells it with rupees suppose 12, this is selling price. So here SP is greater than CP, so he gains. Okay, now if he buys the pen with rupees 10, isn't it? So CP is 10, and if he sells the pen with rupees 8, so here SP is smaller than CP, isn't it? So in this transaction he made a loss. So this was profit and loss, isn't it? I hope all of you have all of you know how to solve such type of questions, and all of you know the required formulas, that is gain percent, loss percent, how to find CP, how to find SP. I hope all of you didn't forget those. Okay, so now in this class we shall be solving few more problems, and we shall be finishing this exercise which is based on profit and loss. So the first question of our today's class is, by selling a watch for rupees 1505, a man gains 1/6 of his cost price. Okay, find the CP of the watch. So here this, by selling a watch for rupees, this means this is SP. Okay, this is selling price, and if he sells the watch with that amount, that is with, if he sells the watch with rupees 1505, the man gains how much? Man gains 1/6 of his of its cost price. Okay, 1/6 of its cost price. Now we have to find the cost price of the watch. So here what is the relation? If SP is 1505, CP is 1/6 of cost price. Okay, if SP is 1505, CP is 1/6 of cost price. Now do we know what is the CP, that is cost price? No. So we'll take we'll consider CP of the watch be X. So we have written solution, then let CP of the watch be rupees X, isn't it? Now as per equation, gain equals what? 1/6. So a man gains, isn't it? Gains 1/6 of the cost price. So gain equals 1/6 of CP, isn't it? So 1/6 of means into, so 1/6 into X, 1 into X is X and divided by 6, so it is X by 6. Up to this clear? Okay. So now we shall write then CP, SP. SP, as per the formula we know that selling price is what? Selling price is what? CP plus gain, isn't it? CP plus gain, isn't it? So here CP is what? X, isn't it? Gain is what? Gain is X by 6, isn't it? X by 6. So SP will be what? SP will be X plus X by 6, isn't it? Now in question we have already given that SP is 1505. So can we write 1000 SP 1505 equals X plus X by 6? How we have written this? Look, here in question it is given, isn't it? SP of the watch is 1505, so we have written SP equals 1505. Now formula, SP equals what? CP into gain, CP plus gain, isn't it? So CP is X, isn't it? So in place of CP we have written X, and gain plus gain is what? X by 6, isn't it? So we have written this equation. Clear? Okay. Now we have to take the, we have to add these two fractions, isn't it? So how to add two fractions? We have to make their denominator same by taking the LCM, that is lowest common multiple. Okay, so here it will be 6, isn't it? So see, S6 is divisible by 6 also, and it is divisible by 1 also. So 6 divided by 1 is how much? 6. 6 into X is 6X plus X is 7X plus 7X by 6. After this clear? Okay. So now our it will be what? Look, this 6 is divided, isn't it? So when you change the side, it will be multiplied. So 7x equals 1505 into 6. 6 is divided, isn't it? So when you change the side, it will be multiplied. Up to this clear? Okay. So now look, this 7x is what? 7 is multiplied with x, isn't it? So when you change the side, it will go to divide. So x equals 1005 into 6 divided by 7. Now if we cancel this, we will get the x as 1290. So what was x? X was CP of the watch, isn't it? So we'll write hence CP of the watch is rupees 1290. Up to this clear? How did we find out the CP? Let's have a look it again. Basically the question was, in question it was given that SP and the gain, okay, gain, direct gain is not given, only relation is given, isn't it? Means man gains 1 by 6 of his cost price. Okay, so we have written cost price of the watch is x, then gain is 1 by 6 of x, then this x x by 6, isn't it? Now we know SP equals CP plus gain, so we have put the values and then we have find out x, the value of x is as 1290. So x was CP of the watch, isn't it? So we have written hence CP of the watch is rupees 1290. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, so now let's move to our next question, that is question number 12. By selling 8 dozen pencils, a shopkeeper gains the selling price of 1 dozen pencils. Okay, by selling 8 dozen pencils, a shopkeeper gains the selling price of 1 dozen pencil. Find the gain percent. What is given? By selling 8 dozen pencil, okay, 8 dozen pen 1 dozen means what? 12. Okay, 1 dozen of any quantity, suppose 1 dozen pencil, 1 dozen pencil equals how many pencil? 12 pencil. Okay, so by selling 8 dozen pencil, a shopkeeper gains the selling price of 1 dozen pencil. That is, if he sells 8 dozen pencil, he gain the selling price of 1 dozen pencil. Up to this clear? Suppose cost of 1 dozen pencil is how much? Cost of 1 dozen pencil is rupees 1, isn't it? Cost of 1 dozen pencil is rupees 1. So cost of 8 dozen pencils will be how much? Rupees 8, isn't it? So if he sells 8 dozen pencil, he gains, he will be getting 8x, isn't it? 8x, sorry, rupees 8, rupees 8 he will be getting, and in this transaction he made a profit, he gains profit of rupees 1 dozen. Okay, so it will be 8x, rupees 8 plus rupees 1. Why this is rupees 1? Because rupees 1 is the selling price of 1 dozen pencil, isn't it? Look, in question it is saying that by selling 8 dozen pencil, a shopkeeper gains the selling price of 1 dozen. माने कितना है? जो 8 dozen pencil वैसे आते हैं, 1 dozen pencil लाभ हो रहा है, बुझ्चो? So the total price will be what? Rupees 9, isn't it? Okay. So we'll consider, we'll continue the question by letting the SP of 1 dozen as rupees x. Okay, so we've written let the SP of 1 dozen pencil, let the SP of 1 dozen, okay, 1 will be rupees x. Therefore the SP of 8 dozen will be what? 8x. Okay, so now since gain equals what? Gains the selling price of 1 dozen pencil. Okay, so we've written gain equals SP SP of 1 dozen pencils. So therefore gain equals what? Gain will be rupees x. Up to this clear? Okay, so gain equals SP of 1 dozen pencil. So SP of 1 dozen pencil is rupees x, isn't it? So we have written therefore gain equals rupees x. Up to this clear? What is given? Let SP of 1 dozen pencil is x, so therefore SP of 8 dozen pencil will be 8x, isn't it? In question it is given that gain equals what? Selling price of 1 dozen pencil. So we have written gain equals SP of 1 dozen pencil. So SP of 1 dozen pencil is what? X, isn't it? Rupees x. Therefore gain equals rupees x. Up to this clear? Okay, so now let's move to the main solving of this question. Okay, so then CP of the 8 dozen pencil will be what? CP is what? Selling price minus gain, isn't it? So selling price what? 8x, and gain is what? Rupees x, isn't it? So CP will be 8x minus x equals 8x minus x is what? 7x. Okay, Okay, so now gain, we also know we have to find the gain percent, isn't it? So gain percent is what? Gain by Cp into 100. So gain was x, isn't it? What was x? X is in question it was given that gain is what? Selling price of 1 dozen pencil. So gain will be x, x by Cp. Cp is what? 7x, isn't it? So x by 7x into 100%. So now look this x will be cancelled here, left 1 into 100 is 100 divided by 7. So 100 divided by 7 is 14 into 2 by 7%. Okay, so the gain percent is what? Hence gain percent is 14 into 2 by 7%. So what was asked in the question? Look, what was asked in the question? In question it was asked that find the find his gain percent. So we have find out his gain percent. What was his gain percent? How did we find the gain percent? First we have consider SP of 1 dozen pencil. So SP of, then SP of 8 dozen pencil will be 8x, then gain is what? Rupees x, isn't it? So from we know SP as well as we know CP, isn't it? Okay, why we have find out this CP? Because we have to find out gain percent, isn't it? So when finding gain percent we have to know gain as well as Cp. Okay, so that's why we have find out Cp. Clear? In gain percent we have gain as well as Cp, isn't it? Gain we already know, that is x. Now Cp we have find out from Sp minus gain. So now after solving this we have find out that the gain percent is 14 into 2 by 7%. Okay, after this clear? Okay. Now let's move to our next, that is question number 13. Here the question is Manoj purchased lemons with rupees 600. He sold 3 by 4 of this at a loss of 20%. That is 3 by 4th of rupees 600. He lost 20%. Okay, and the remaining at a gain of 20%. How much does he gain or loss in the whole transaction? So first of all, if we find out what is the 3 by 4th, okay, what is the 3 by 4th of 600? It will be, we'll find some a amount. Okay, means what? He gains, he purchased a lemons of what? He purchased a lemons with rupees 600, isn't it? And he sold 3 by 4th of this means what? Of 600. Okay, 3 by 4th of 600 he lost, he sold at loss of 20%. Remember this. Okay, so now we'll write solution. Then Cp of lemons is how much? 600. Now since 3 by 4th of lemons were sold at a loss of rupees 20, therefore Cp of 3 by 4th lemons will be what? 3 by 4 into 600, isn't it? Okay, you no need to write this line here. Okay, Cp of lemons equals what? Rupees 6 Cp of lemons equals rupees 600. So Cp of 3 by 4th of lemons will be what? 3 by 4th into 600, isn't it? So it will be how much? Rupees 450. Now loss, this amount is loss. He sold this amount with a loss of 20%, isn't it? So we have written then loss equals 20% of this. Okay, look, remember this line. He sold 3 by 4 of this at a loss of 3 by 4 of means what? 3 by 4, look, 3 by 4 of 600. Okay, 3 by 4 of 600 at a loss of, again, loss of 20%. Okay, I hope you have understood this, isn't it? Okay, so we have written first 3 by 4 of 600 we have find out here. Okay, we have find out here 3 by 4th of 600. Then again it is multiplied with 20, that is 20%, isn't it? So we have multiplied 20% of 450. Okay, so 20% means what? 20 divided by 100 into of means what? Into 450. This 0 cancel, this 0 cancel, or left is 2 into 45. So 2 into 45 is how much? 2 into 45 is rupees 90. Okay, so he had lost how much? He had lost rupees 90 in this transaction. Okay, okay, now the next is what? Okay, let's look at the question again. And the remaining at a gain of 20%. So remaining means what? He already sold 3 by 4th, isn't it? 3 by 4 means what? 450. Okay, so now if we subtract this 450 from 600, we can find out the remaining. Okay, isn't it? So here solve that one with rupees gain of 20%. Clear? Okay. So we have written there, since the remaining lemons were sold at a gain of 20%, then CP of the remaining lemons will be what? 600 minus 450, as I told you earlier, which is 150. Okay. So we know this is our CP. Okay, so we will write gain equals, he had solved this with gain, isn't it? So we'll write gain equals rupees 20% of 150. So 20% means what? 20 by 100. So this is our gain. Okay, so loss was what? Loss was 20% of 450, isn't it? And gain is what? 20% of 150. How? Because this 450 he had lost, isn't it? He had lost that amount with 20%. This was loss. Okay, and gain is this amount, so we have written 20% of this. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay, so after cancelling this 0 0 and this 0 0, left is 2 into 15. 2 into 15 is how much? 30, isn't it? So now SP of lemons, SP means what? Selling price. So selling price is selling price will be what? Selling price will be 600 minus 90 plus 30. So what was 600? Let's have a look at the question. Look, Manoj purchased lemon, so this is cost price, isn't it? Cost price. Okay, so 600 is cost price of the lemons. So SP will be what? SP will be cost price minus loss plus gain, isn't it? In his first transaction he lost 90, isn't it? He lost rupees 90, so this is minus 90. In the second he gained rupees 30, isn't it? So it is plus 30. So 600 plus 30 is how much? 630 minus 90 is 540. Okay, so SP of the lemon is how much? 540. Okay, now look at the whole transaction. He purchased those lemons, that is CP equals what? Rupees 600, isn't it? And SP, that is selling price, is what? 540. Okay, so here CP is greater, isn't it? CP is greater than SP. So if CP is greater than SP, that means this was a loss transaction. Okay, so loss equals CP minus SP. So CP minus SP, 600 minus 400, 540, so at rupees 60. Okay, so now we have to find out the loss percent. Clear? So loss percent will be is loss by CP into 100. So loss is 60, CP is what? 600 into 100. So this 0 0 cancel, then 60 divided by 6 is how much? 10. So 10%. So hence the loss, hence he lost 10% in the whole transaction. I hope up to this clear. First we have find out the CP. Okay, first we have find out the CP of one, that is he, look in the first case, this 3 by 4th of 20%, isn't it? So it was 450. This was of this cost price he lost 20%. Okay, 3 by 4th of this means what? This 3 by 4th of this means 450. So of this 450 he lost 20%. Okay, 20% of 450 he lost. So we find out 20%, and the remaining is what? 600 minus 450. So 600 minus 450 is what? It is 150, isn't it? Of this 150 he made a 20% gain. Okay, 20% he gained 20% of 150. After this clear? Okay, so 20% of 150 is how much? Rupees 30. Okay, so SP means what? CP minus loss plus gain. Okay, so SP is how much? 600 plus 30 is 630 minus 90 is 540. Okay, so 540 is our selling price, and cost price was 600. So CP is greater than SP, that means loss. Loss is what? 600 minus 540 is how much? It is 60. Okay, so this 60, now we have to find out in percentage. So loss by CP into 100. So 0, this double zero cancel, left is 60 divided by 6, which is 10%. Therefore he lost 10% on the whole transaction. I hope this is clear to you. If then also if you have any doubt, you ask me, we will discuss it in our next class. Okay, now let's move to our next question, that is question number 14. Here a dealer gains 15% by selling his goods for rupees 8050. Okay, he sold his goods for rupees 8050 and gained 15%. Now he decides to make a profit of only 10%. What is his new selling price? Okay, so if the SP is 8050, he gains 15%. Now the something goes in the mind of the dealer that he don't need so much gain, so he reduced his gain. So his new gain, he decides to reduce the gain to 10%. Okay, so if he gains 10%, what will be the selling price? Here a relation is given that if gain is 15%, selling price is 8050. Now if gain is 10%, we have to find the selling price. So how to find the selling price? Let's have a look. Here we have written SP means selling price 8500, then gain is what? This one, isn't it? Okay, so we can easily find out CP. Okay, now if we find out CP, if we find out CP and we have gain, so gain is what? Gain is here, new gain is what? 10%, isn't it? We can easily find out the SP, that is what will be the SP when gain is 10%. Up to this clear? Okay, so here look, SP is what? Rupees 8050, then gain is what? 15%, then CP will be what? SP into 100 divided by 100 plus gain percent. SP is what? 8550, isn't it? So 8050 into 100 plus 100 plus 15 is 115. Now if we cancel this, we get a result 7000. Okay, so this 7000 is what? CP, isn't it? CP of that goods. Okay, CP of that goods. Okay, CP of that goods. Okay, okay, now CP of that goods. Okay, so now he gains 10%, isn't it? So SP will be what? CP into 100 plus gain percent. We know this formula. Okay, if you don't know this formula, you have to know. Okay, without this you can't. So we have just put the values according to, and we have find out SP as rupees 7700. Okay, 7700. So now selling price is rupees 7700. Clear? This one is very easy. Just know the formula, you can easily find out. Clear? Okay. So now let's move to our next question, that is question number 15. So here the question is, a machine was purchased for rupees 3750 and rupees 250 were paid for its transportation. If it is sold at a gain of rupees 40, find the gain percent. Look, this is the cost price. Okay, CP of the machine including this, because a merchant, for example, a merchant purchased this machine with this amount, and this amount were paid for transportation. Okay, so what was the total amount he paid for this machine? This plus this, isn't it? And then he again sold it at a gain of rupees 440. So SP will be what? SP will be this plus this plus this, isn't it? Now we have to find gain percent. Okay, so how to find gain percent? Do we know the formula of finding gain percent? Look, so we have written CP of the machine 3750, then overhead expenses, this transportation charge, then effective CP is this amount, isn't it? So this, oh, this will be 4000. Okay, 4000. Now gain is what? 40 rupees 40, isn't it? So gain percent is gain by CP into 1000. So gain is 40 by 4000 into 100, isn't it? So it will be, after cancelling these two zeros, then this 0, then 4 divided by 4 is what? 1 into percent, 1%. So hence gain percent is 1000. So this clear? Okay. So now let's move to our next question, that is question number 16. This previous question was very easy. Okay. So here the question is, by selling an article for rupees 3600, a man makes a profit of 20%. What was the cost price of the article? How would his gain be if he sold the article for rupees 4000? Okay, if he sold the article with rupees 3600, he makes a profit of 20%. Now if he sold the article with rupees 400, what would his gain? Okay, definitely his gain percent will increase. Okay, so now solution, then SP of the article, the SP is what? Rupees 3600, isn't it? 3600, profit is 20%, then CP will be what? CP cost price is what? SP into 100 divided by 100. These formula, these are the important formulas, okay, you have to know. Okay, so SP into 100, then SP is what? 3600 into 100, 100 plus 20, profit gain means what? Profit percent, okay, gain percent, profit percent are same thing, okay. So 100 plus 20 120, then 1 stands 100,000, 3,60,000 divided by 120 is, look, this 0 cancelled, isn't it? 12 3s are 36, 3, then how many 0 left? 3 0, so 3,000, okay. So CP is how much? CP is 3,000 rupees, 3,000, okay. Now we have SP, isn't it? CP of the article is how much? 3,000. SP means SP is here 4,000. So he gains how much? Gains is 4,000 minus 3,000, isn't it? Gain is he makes a profit of rupees 1,000, isn't it? Now 1,000 we have to find in percentage, okay. Look, if he sold the article for rupees, so then SP is what? SP is 4,000. Then gain is what? SP minus CP. SP is 4,000 minus 3,000, 1,000. That is, as I told you earlier. So if we convert it into percentage, so it will be what? Gain percent is what? Gain percent is gain by CP, isn't it? Gain by CP into 1,000. Gain is what? 1,000. CP is, or CP of the article is 3,000, isn't it? Into 100. Then this 000 cancel. Then 3 into 100. Isn't it? This 000 cancelled, isn't it? So here left 1,000, okay. So 1,000 divided by 30, here it will be 100, okay, 100, sorry, this will be 100. 100 divided by 30 is 33 into 1 by 3%. Look, 33 into 3 is how much? 33 into 3, 3 3 is 9, 3 3 is 9 plus 1, 100 by 30, isn't it? Clear? Okay, so 33 by 1 by 3%. So he gains what? The gain will be 33 by 1 by 3%. So I hope this is clear to you. I may think you faced doubt because I could not make the video properly because of some my problems, okay. You may think you may notice that this screen is moving, okay. I face some problems as of I didn't make the video properly. If you have any doubt, you ask me. I will discuss the same questions in our next class also. So before that, stay safe, stay blessed, and please ask the questions if you have any doubt, okay. If you don't say, if you don't ask, I will not understand that in which question you have any doubt. So it will be difficult for me to clear your doubts, okay. So bye bye, thank you.